Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. So, this episode. Well, let's start with Chad, Abby, and Gwen. So, Gwen is just sipping tea, looking pretty, just hanging out, without a care in the world. And Abigail comes downstairs and she's like, it's kind of funny because I could have swore I told you to get the hell out. You wanna Chad, you wanna tell me why this woman's still here? And so Chad came up with the sorriest excuse that he can come up with. Oh, the kids Charlotte and Thomas would miss her, so I figured I'll give her a chance to say goodbye. Goodbye to them. She's like, you know what? Listen, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to leave. I'm gonna go get some fresh air. When I come back, this woman better not be here. That's what I'm gonna say. So, Abigail heads out, and Chad's like, listen, so you gotta go. I mean, I can buy you another house, buy you somewhere else to live. I need you going. Gwen's like, nope, I'm not going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Okay, I'm not going nowhere, so you better start putting on a thinking cap and figure out better story than that sorry excuse that you gave her. How even she was like, that was a really sorry excuse that you gave her of why I'm staying. Do better. Now, we all know how I feel about Chad. Okay? We all know. He's a dick. Here's the thing. Chad heads out, and I'm sitting there thinking, Chad, as much as I don't like you, and I really don't like you, there's an easier solution to this. Tell your damn wife. Tell your wife. Just throw yourself in the sword, the mercy of the court or whatever. Just tell her. Yeah, she'll be upset with you. There's a good chance he may even leave you. But, I mean, which one is better? Continue to lie to her and get blackmailed by this viper, or just tell the truth and deal with the consequences. So, Chad takes a walk to find Kate. He talks to Kate, and he's not, at this point, he's not even, could he really be upset about her hanging out with Jake or being with Jake? So, Jake gives him some minutes alone, and, Chad pretty much says, like, I need your help. What do I do? Okay. Long story short, Kate is just like, tell your wife. Because here's the thing. If you lie to her and she finds out through Gwen, it's going to be a lot worse. So, just tell her. Jake, I was gonna sit there and say Johnny Sakara. Jake, talks to Gwen and she's all smug and everything like that, and Jake is like, listen, I don't know what you're doing, but you're overplaying your hand. You're overplaying your hand. So, good luck. I'm surprised you're still here, but good luck with all that. So he walks away. At first, I'm not gonna lie, he gets in her face and he gets all angry. I was like, bro, she ain't worth it. You know that. You've been with this woman. You know she's not worth whatever assault charges you're gonna sit there and put on yourself. So he walks off, and at some point, Abby's sitting there talking to her parents about Gwen, and pretty much at this point they're just comparing notes. And at some point, they talk about the letter, and they pretty much figure out, it was Gwen that set her up. And now she's sitting there feeling like a fool, like, yo, I thought she was my friend, helping her out, and, we need to figure out pretty much, why she's doing this. And I don't remember who, but somebody was like, this goes beyond just destroying your life. She wants to destroy the family. I'm like, you know what, listen, we got 3 reporters in one room. How about we, put our heads together and kind of figure this out. Why she wants to destroy your family. Just a guess. So at some point, Abigail leaves, and she's like, I'm going to deal with Gwen by myself. She goes to the house, and, you know, she pretty much confirms about the whole letter thing, like, you let me there, right? You know, why'd you do that? At some point of this conversation, you know, Gwen is like, oh, you know, I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you all the truth. The whole truth. And, she's like, yep, I slept with your husband. What the I'm just like, I watched it and I was like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Whoa, I actually had to rewind. I was like, did she just... At this point, now, I am really interested. First of all, oh, too late, Chad. You didn't get a chance to sit there and tell her before she did. But then again, I guess Chad didn't realize that this woman is, either she's fully psychotic, or she has a much grander plan than just blackmailing you to get what she wants. But I was like, bro, you should have just told her. You should have told her. You had all that time to sit there and tell her, and you didn't tell her. And you came in a room and blasted both of them, getting, like, really angry. At some point, I guess telling the truth just didn't occur to you. Even after you found out that they weren't doing the Devil's Tango together, you could have told the truth, and you didn't. So, yeah, I don't feel bad for him. I mean, I don't think I was actually planning on feeling bad for him, but at the very least, I was like, bro, just tell your wife. Too late. Now let's go with, I don't know why I'm so thirsty. Let's go with Eli, Lonnie, Julie, Justin, and Bonnie. Because it all kind of correlates. So Eli and Lonnie are calling places. They're calling the hospitals. They're wondering, you know, listen, we're both cops. We have tons of enemies. Who could it be? So they're, you know, it's not they're trying to think like cops trying to just, you know, be detectives or whatever. At some point, Julie, you know, wakes up, finds out that the twins are gone, rushes over to Eli's and Lonnie's place to kind of make them some soup, be helpful. Now, here's a scene that really I didn't understand to an extent. Or maybe I just kind of felt bad for Julie to some extent. So, Julie, you know, they're trying to rack their brains and see who, you know, could possibly have stolen their babies. And Julie's like, it's Gabby. And then she goes on, Gabby. It's like, all right, Julie, we get it. Just calm down. So Julie calls up Will and it's like, yo, have you seen Gabby? How's she doing? And they pretty much confirm that Gabby, you know, is pretty much at Arizona the whole time. So she couldn't have stole the babies. Now at some point, she's over there, she's making soup. And Lonnie's like, you know, I know she's just here to help, but I can't let her. So Eli's like, yo, you know, she's tired, she wants to go to sleep, you know, she can get a lot of sleep. And at this point, why does this TV just jump? So at some point, you know, she's like, she's tired, you know, whatever, you know. And, you know, she gets the hand, she leaves. She practically kicks her out. And I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I just, listen, Julie to me can go either way. 1 minute she could be helpful and wise. The next minute she'd be kind of annoying. This, she pretty much was just trying to help. And Lonnie just kicked her out. And I didn't even really understand why. I mean, to some extent, I get that she's frantic, she's worried about her children, but like she was just trying to help. I mean, I don't have much use for her either, but it seemed whatever. Now Bonnie, is having breakfast with Justin, and she's talking, Justin's they're talking about Lonnie and the babies, the babies are missing, somebody stole them, and, lost my train of thought for a second. So, he's not there talking about the babies being lost and stolen and stuff like that, and, Bonnie's like, 2 children is a lot, to sit there and handle, not just 1, but 2. And then she talks about her encounter in the park with that woman, and, she's like, oh, I saw this woman in the park with 2 twin babies or whatever, and they were not that much older. And I'm sitting there thinking, so the light bulb just didn't, would it just short circuit in her head? Like, Justin just said that 2 babies are missing, 2 twins are missing. And she's just like, yeah, they were whining and they were crying and I picked them up because I just couldn't help myself. And I'm just like, you really aren't drawing a connection. I'm like, you can't be this dumb. I'm sorry. But like, what are the odds in Salem that you could just run across a set of 2 twins? Just, no. So, Justin's like, really? And was the caretaker, was she, African American? And she's like, yeah. And that's when she's like, yo, I don't know if he actually says that to her, but he calls up Eli's like, Bonnie may have a lead on your children, as far as the twins that are missing. Now, on, I don't know, some part of Salem or something, this woman's there trying to get the babies to sleep and everything like that, and she's frantic, and from what it sounds like, it seemed like she was blackmailed into doing whatever it is that she's doing. And finally, the mystery person comes up to pick up the twins. Now, at some point, I don't remember who said that. I think it was Julie that was like, it could have been Vivian or, the woman that crashed the party, whatever. But there was like, no, there's no way. She died in police custody and she was dead and yada, yada, yada. I'm kind of sitting there like, and granted, this is just what I heard. When people die in Salem, they don't necessarily stay dead in Salem. So, at some point, even if I was looking at her, I would look at maybe one of her associates, but whatever. I guess we're going to get around to that. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually about it. I was sitting there thinking, was there more? But no. Like I said, I think the best part was the fact that she just told, that Gwen just was like, yep, I had sex with your husband. I was like, I'm sorry, what? I was like, so, because she said to Jake, she was like, I didn't overplay my hand. I was like, okay, so, what's your master plan to stay in this place? Because telling his wife that you slept with him, I mean, she just said that she had security staff, so how is she planning on... I have so many questions. Anyway, I look forward to watching it tomorrow. And with that being said, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe. It was definitely kind of an interesting episode. I know somebody was sitting there saying that, like they were spending a lot of time, at least last week, on the, like the DeMaros or whatever, like the DeMaro Mansion. I gotta sit there and say, out of the shows that I watched, the soap operas, whatever, between this and General, this is a lot more balance. A lot more balance. And that's what I'm going to say about that. Be safe. I will catch everyone in the next review.